Hey there, guys! I am back with my 13th, the Eugene and the Johnsons live nerd chat. As of for now, this is the final edition, but somewhere down the line, we shall return at some point. But I am back with my co-host and good friend on here, Eugene Johnson. Here he is right now. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Had some recent stuff happen, so I'm just going to put it this way. A very close family member is very, 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 very sick at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to be there for them.
I mean, I did my video earlier, but I didn't want to kind of go into the personal, what it was. So I just said that it was somebody within the family that's not well.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, James.
Yeah, because I don't think it's kind of disrespectful if I go right into what the meaning is, and I don't think that's the right thing, especially with a good friend, So I wouldn't dare do that.
I mean, but yeah, guys, I'm sorry about it being so late. I mean, my girlfriend moved in. I had that happen. Stuff has been going on with my blood sugar, just all kinds of stuff at once. And then, let's see, I think it was this past Tuesday or Wednesday is when I found out one of my family members were really, really sick. So it just all happened at once, and it's all like has me in a ball. So I'm trying my best to, sort things out.
Yeah, things take time though, don't they? Unfortunately, they sort of like it all mounts up, and then it all takes time to get back to some kind of normality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is it's very hard to do. I mean, but that's the thing with anybody. If you're in a ball, it takes a while to sort through and pull layers of stuff off of you so you can be clear minded.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know what you mean there. Have you watched any movies recently?
Let's see. I've been actually watching, rewatching, I should say, the Masters of Horror series.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of the shows I want to get.
Mm-hmm. I've been watching. I've watched a few of those this past couple weeks, and I'm still working on them. So I'll probably have them watched by next week.
I think there's only like 4 seasons in there per show.
There's actually 2 seasons.
Yeah. So I said 4 because on Amazon UK there's like the 2 seasons, but broke up in like 4 box sets. So you've got season 1, like volumes 1 and 2 for season 1, and volumes 1 and 2 for season 2. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I said 4, because it was the volumes broke up into different parts. But they are a series I'd like to get. I mean, I've only watched one of them, to be honest with you, on YouTube a while ago. I think I watched a review of one of the episodes, and it made me quite interested in the show. Overall, because I think is it written by certain movie directors or writers?
Yes, it was actually created by the director who did the Shining remake, Mick Garris. He actually created the whole series, and what they did was they had people, pretty well-known, directors like Don Coscarelli, who directed Phantasm, John Landis from American Werewolf in London. All those directors came back and did a 1-hour movie of each, of whatever whatever they wanted to do. The one that I watched here recently was called Family.
Okay.
It was directed by Jonathan Landis and starred George Wendt.
Didn't George Romero do one?
Yes, George Romero did one. Toby Hooper did one. I mean, just amazing directors all got into doing it. So yeah.
I don't know what season it was. It might have been the last one I saw on YouTube, but it was called the V Word or something. It was to do with it was a vampire type of episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was the V Word, which I haven't seen in a long time. I'll have to rewatch that one. but there was also called The Washingtons, which that basically tells the story of our forefathers, you know, the America's founding fathers being cannibals.
Okay.
It was a really good episode. I like that.
But that's one of the seasons on shows I really like to pick up. Maybe soon I might be able to.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's one of the ones I've been actually wanting for quite a while, but I hopefully probably will be able to get it soon. One of the pickups I recently bought that was quite expensive, but I had some money from my brother. I had $100 bill sent to me by my brother with a birthday present.
Mm-hmm.
And so this big gigantic book here, I received this. I bought this on Amazon with the money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got everything from the two movies, a little bit on the new one at the back. Well, on both the main original films and the two cartoon series.
Yeah.
So it goes through everything of the history of Ghostbusters. So I'm actually working on it at the moment. Maybe I might do it tomorrow or the next day. Like an overview of the inside of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I might do is I might set up my tripod looking down at the book and then go through it like that. So I think that might be a good video to do.
Yeah, I think so. Then
that's one of the ones I'm looking forward to. I mean, I recorded the intro, the pre-intro bit, but I got to do the next part before I can upload it. So that'd be a good video to do.
Yeah.
But there's that book, and so that's my. It was quite expensive. It was. Well, if you buy this in a bookstore, I guess it'd be about £35.
Mm-hmm.
That is quite a lot. That's quite a lot. And on Amazon, it was taken down quite a bit. It was like, £25. So it's gone down a bit. But it's maybe one of the most expensive things I bought lately.
Yeah.
So with the Masters Horror Show. And certain other movies and TV shows I like to buy, I have to wait a little bit and then I'll be able to buy those. But,
talking about books, there's an Amazon book I really want. It's still very, very pricey, called Crystal Lake Memoirs.
Yeah.
And it's basically like your Ghostbusters book, but it covers everything Jason.
That's good.
Yep. So yeah, I'll definitely get that on the wish list, and
I think you'll love that once you got that.
Yes, I will, and possibly here in about the next month or so, I'll be placing an order for another hockey match that I'm going to do myself.
Mm-hmm. So, maybe like an unboxing, like when you're able to do a video.
Yep, quite possibly. I'm hoping so.
Yeah, that'd be good.
If not, I will get it out and paint it and everything, and then show everybody the final product. So
that'd be good as well, though. That'd be like the final product in a video would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to do your own painting and stuff on it, haven't you?
Yep, you've got to paint it. Well, you got to sand it. Use a primer to prime it, and then paint it, and then add scratches, dirt, and stuff like that. So.
And with the other one you've shown and you did an unboxing, they come clear, don't they? And then you paint it. And
some of them come.
The outcome of the one you've shown before is very good. Your work on them is actually really good. Yeah.
I appreciate that, but yeah, well, some of them come clear, some of them come white.
Okay.
And I mean, well, I'll show you this one. This one was actually white, as you can tell from the back. That was the original color. But after painting and sanding and everything, this is the final product. I got that.
I like how it looks really dirty. Like it does. It looks like an exact replica to the film.
Yep, that's the main thing I was going for. And everybody's like, "Well, didn't you use pictures and stuff on the computer?" I'm like, "No."
I think because if you become like a fan of like me with Ghostbusters, you with Friday the 13th, you kind of get like an image in your mind of what you want to get, or what you want the finished mask to look like.
Yeah, and I mean that's. Yeah, and I mean,
it's like, why would I have to look at a video or a picture if I know exactly what something looks like?
Yeah, and I mean, this is an actual remake mask from, you know, the last one that came out. But to me, I always thought that the mask wasn't dirty enough. You know, you got to make this thing look like it's been in a building, you know, in a barn or something somewhere that's been sitting for like, you know, 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, of course it's going to get dirty and scratched and everything else. So that's what I did.
What I was going to say then, how's your cat?
My cat's fine. He's actually downstairs with my girlfriend at the moment. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he's doing fine though. He's still messing around with stuff, but
Does she like cats?
what?
Sorry, does she like cats?
Yeah, she likes cats. She actually had one before she come down here,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, she loves him.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say something there. I forgot. No questions. We've got one view. Hello to that viewer. If you have any questions, to ask us, please ask us some. And keep them clean. We want to, have fun here. We don't want to answer any. We don't want to, see any like troll messages or anything. Because if we do, we won't answer them.
Yeah.
Please bear that in mind as well. So.
Yep, and
yeah, if you're a viewer and you've been watching these before and you've asked us positive, fun questions, be sure to ask us because as I said, this is going to be our last one for a while, guys. So be sure to ask us stuff, and we'd love to answer them. So yeah, but yeah, Friday 13th, The Mask. You've done a really good job with those, and the new one. I think you'll be doing a good job with that as well.
Yep. See, the new one, I'm going to try to do a part 3, which is where he first discovered the mask. So I'm going to try to do one of those.
And do you replicate one of the ones that he has broken, like?
Oh yeah, well you can make them like that. I mean, you have to use some tools and stuff, but I mean, yeah, you can. It's like a part 7. If you wanted to, you could have the part 7 blank shipped to your house and then paint it and then cut it in half, and it looked just like in the movie.
Because there's not like the movie where it cuts in half and you can see all like bugs in his eyes or stuff.
Yep, that's well, the one that's where it's busted over his face. It's actually the one that I always called Jason versus Carrie. Part 7, and she.
Oh yeah, the girl with the telekinesis powers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, he turns around and his mask gets really tight and it splits down the middle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that was, and people have actually made them like that. So I mean, but
you know what I think would have been kind of funny? Ernest versus Jason.
Well, I actually got a good friend named Billy Crank who's an Ernest impersonator.
Yeah.
And if I ever see him at a convention again and me dressed as Jason from Part 6, there will be a Jason versus Ernest.
I mean, that would be hilarious. I mean, with Ernest and his personality, how it is in the films, that would just be like, what's he say when he? It'd just be funny that would.
Yeah, but my good friend Billy Crank, he goes to conventions doing the Ernest impersonations, but he found out here recently that he's Ernest, Jim Varney's 4th cousin.
That's interesting.
Yep.
He does impersonations of Ernest, and he actually is the cousin.
Yeah, he's actually the cousin, and I mean, he looks just like Ernest.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, he does a great job, and we always mess around with each other every time we see each other because we've known each other for a while. And he's a really cool guy. So, yeah, I told him I'd have to dress as my character, the Unknown, or dress as Jason and chase him around a little bit. And he said,
that's what I was going to say. I forgot a little while ago and I had to think of something. The movie, have you heard from any work on the news on the movie that you've been working on?
It's, from what I understand, they're trying to get a date set with Lloyd Kaufman from Trauma Studios. So when they get that date set, when he's available to film and everybody else is available to film, that's when I'll take off to New Jersey and get the final scene shot, and it will be done. Of course, then it'll be a little bit longer because of editing and putting the music to it and getting distribution and everything like that. So it's going to be a while, but I mean, we put a lot of work into it.
Does your girlfriend work on the movie?
Yes, she's actually got a scene in it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's actually got a scene where the character of Dominic is in a car and he's drunk, and her job is playing the person who come and got him from the bar, and she's, you know, screaming at him to stop drinking and stuff. And she lets him out, and he trips over a curb and falls down, and that's where I come in.
With the you know, what was mentioned about the film on previous chats, I really can't wait until the release of this.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I mean, of course, you know, but that's the way the filming goes, is, you know, it's filmed like 2 or 3 years before the actual audience gets to see it.
It's a shame about that website you had, because that was a good piece of thing you had. I mean, the videos on it was great, and I think, if you still got the videos on, I think there's still a YouTube channel, or
yeah, the YouTube channel's still up. You can see the trailers and stuff, numerous trailers and stuff that we shot. The only thing is that we dealt with an idiot that run the website, so he made one promise and did another. So that's basically how that came to be. But I mean, if you want to see anything about running away from the unknown, put one word, running away from the unknown, in YouTube, and it'll pop up. So you can also see my promo with Mr. Lloyd Kaufman.
Wasn't that the convention when you had the black eye makeup on?
Yep, that was at the convention where I had black eye makeup on, because we hadn't settled on a look for the unknown at that time.
Yeah.
So I was just, you know, using my imagination, you know, and putting makeup and stuff on. But later on, when we started filming the actual movie, I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, well, I'll give him a little bit more of a human look.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because if you actually look at the picture that I've sent you of all of us, all of our cast in the picture.
Oh, the one I got on the Twitter page, I think I got on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me in the black leather and the gloves and everything. The more human look makes him look more evil to me.
Yeah.
So that's why I went with that look. And everybody seemed to like it.
Until the job's finished now, with the wait to, you know, get into finishing it.
Yeah, I'm getting really excited and impatient, really, for it to be done and have everybody watching it. So,
long process making a film, isn't it? I mean, I bet it is, like, for big movies as well, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, I mean, just with the editing and everything like that, and putting it all together and getting a campaign going to advertise it, you know, it's work. You know, there's a lot of stuff I didn't even know that went into making a movie.
When you, like, say, do a scene, and there's, like, a little bit of time in between each scene, do you have to just, like, wait a while, or just until something pops up?
It would, in between scenes, when you're shooting, they'll usually have to do a bunch of pickup shots from different angles. So when you're not in that scene, your job is to just sit and wait.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll go over and, you know, grab a Pepsi or something like that, sit down, you know, smoke a cigarette, whatever, until they get done. And then when they tell me they need me on scene, I get up and go do my stuff.
That's because I was thinking, isn't that quite a bit of a boring part of making a film?
Well, it all depends. I mean, if you're shooting for, I mean, plus if you've been in costume for 14 to 15 hours, you know, and you're shooting and you're getting all this stuff, and they tell you to go sit down, it's actually kind of a relief, because you can go sit and rest and close your eyes or whatever. I mean, you already got contact lenses in that's supposed to be in your eyes for 3 hours, no more than 3 hours, and you had them in your eyes for 15 hours.
Especially when you got angered with that guy that was too late for the shot.
Yeah, and I mean, well, he kept coming in, giving us all a date and time when we was going to be shooting, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Well, I have to go eat," and I'm like, "Everybody else is done eat. What's the deal?" And he's like, "Well, I've got to go eat." So when he came back, something snapped because my eyes, I'd already got blurry vision from the contacts, and my eyes were burning. They were itchy. They were red on the inside and everything else. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, so they said,
I've never used contacts before because I'm really short sighted, and they would be with me well with me. But for hearing your work with them and that experience, it sounds horrible.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's contacts. See, the ones that I have were actually bought at a horror convention. I actually have 2 pairs, and they're kind of expensive. In American, they're $50.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're kind of expensive. They're not, prescription contacts. They're basically what you call cosmetic contacts.
Okay.
To make your eyes look different instead of, say, somebody goes and wants contacts to see better so they don't have to wear glasses. They will give you a prescription and they will say, well, do you need different color eyes? You can get blue, brown, whatever. But, these contacts are something you don't wear, because if you walked into a store or somewhere or go to a shop and have these in your eyes, people would probably call the law. So, yeah, I mean.
But they're like perfect looking for like say Halloween or movie making or like stuff like that.
That's the whole point. And I mean, but the ones I have slits in them that look like a snake, and they're red on their outside, and just around the middle there's some yellow. So they look really freaky. When you
look through them, do you like see in a different color, or is it or still like?
You've got a little bit of tunnel vision. Looks like you've got paper over your eye.
Yeah.
But if you put them in straight, you see fine. I mean, you put them in, and like me and you talking, you look the same. And you'd have a little bit of tunnel vision from where, the design is made on the lens.
Oh, we've got a question here.
Okay.
Did you hear about the Ghostbusters 2016 sequel? No, I didn't. Is there going to be another one?
Well,
I've only just not long ago finished seeing the first one. Did you see my review of that, by the way?
I have not seen the review. Like I said, I've been so busy. And I mean, another reason that I'm probably going to take a break from YouTube is because every time I've commented on a video, no matter what video it is, it can be music or whatever, I have received threats.
Right.
And it's just getting old and tiresome, I mean, I joined YouTube to, review movies and show masks and stuff like that and talk about music and whatever else. And I mean, every time I go to comment something, people are threatening me.
I mean, I'm getting that as well. I mean, I'm deleting them, but
it's just childish and dumb. But I mean, after
I wonder if the same person that been done on my channel.
I have no idea, but I mean, the thing is that I've had so much happen to me this past 3 weeks.
Yeah, you can't really be dealing with it, can you? Like, with what you've been going through as well.
Yep, and I mean, it's like if I even go to YouTube to enjoy a music video, there's always somebody griping or troubling.
It's like, how do they even know that you're watching something completely different, like a music video or something? That's.
Yeah, I know. It's just,
I mean, it's like if they're subscribed to your videos, that's the only thing they should be drawn to, not not a music video that you're actually watching of somebody else. This is kind of strange.
I mean, there's just so many rude idiots on YouTube anymore. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, with all the stuff going on, I really don't want to watch anything. But I mean, last week or the week before, my Facebook was completely blowing up with people going to see the new Ghostbusters movie.
Rachel Sawyer says, yeah, they're making another. To the question on the Ghostbusters film.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they did like another video game based on the new film. Because I mean, I still haven't even got to see, played the original game that was back. Oh, I don't know when it was, but with the voices of the original cast, where Bill Murray and I think it was when Harold Ramis was still alive as well, because he came back and did the voice on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. They did. All of them was in it. Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts played Janine again, I think. Yeah, they all came back to do the voice in the video game.
Yeah,
I've been actually always meaning to pick up that, but I still haven't done so yet. But eventually, when I do, actually, there's a big bit of it in my book here. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get it's like I want to get different TV shows, different movies, other things, and like games and stuff. But when I do get the game, I want to do I'll do probably the gameplay of it, because I got the software, to make gameplay videos. So I think I might do that eventually when I get it, So, but I've seen a gameplay video of this new one based on the Ghostbusters remake, and it's nothing like the original one with the original cast. The effects kind of looks a bit bad on it, but
I come this close to getting the actual Ghostbusters video game about 2 weeks ago, because me and my girlfriend and her son went to GameStop.
Yeah.
They actually had it for Xbox 360, which I thought about picking up, but I actually wound up buying another really cool movie that I love called Clash of the Titans video game.
I would do that.
Yep. So I got that one and another fan favorite video game called Doom.
Oh, that's a classic. I loved Doom as a kid.
Yep. Well, you couldn't beat it. I mean, they had Doom 1, 2, and 3 on one disc for like $20.
Yeah, I mean, the most nostalgia bit of Doom, was the entire game, but the music was great as well.
Yeah, which is one reason when I first started playing guitar, the first song I ever played was the Doom theme. So, I mean, yeah, that was always a good game. I loved that game.
You ever play Duke Nukem? Because I think that was another good first-person shooter.
Yeah, played Duke Nukem. I've played Diablo, and a couple of those that were all first-person shooter. I even also played Castle Wolfenstein, I believe, 3D.
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah, and I mean those were all classic, first-person shooters. Although Castle Wolfenstein came out before Doom, and Castle Wolfenstein was basically based on, you're a army person going into Hitler's castle.
Yeah, because the thing that what I remember of Wolfenstein was there was like a hidden level in Doom.
Yes, there's actually a hidden level because the actual producers of that game went on to make Doom.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. I'd love to have, but they're still kind of expensive. They made a Doom 4 now.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, it's for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but yeah, I'd love to get a hold of one of those systems, because also within the next couple of months, I think in October, the Friday the 13th game comes out.
Mm-hmm. That should be good if you get that one.
Yes, I definitely want to get that one. And plus, when you get time, you can check it out. There's trailers and also a little bit of gameplay on YouTube now of the Friday the 13th game.
I think I might check it out tomorrow, actually.
And another cool thing that happened was even though Kane Hodder's not playing Jason in the movies anymore, he returned to actually do the movements of Jason for the game.
That's good.
Yep. So you got an actual Jason actor doing the movements, and they interpreted into the character movements of the game. So.
Didn't you say once that Kane Hodder starred in Chillerama?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it the Frankenstein monster in the Anne Frankenstein segment?
Yep, that was Kane.
Okay, because that segment was all like Germany, like German accent.
Yep.
But that's why I didn't quite get that part. But I was thinking that you said to me once that that monster was played by Kane Hodder, who played Jason.
Yep, that was actually Kane Hodder. His character name in this was Meshuggah.
Yeah.
It was basically a story about Hitler making a Frankenstein monster to fight for them, but the monster is Jewish. So Kane Hodder, being a Jewish man, decides to kill everybody in the room.
Yeah.
So,
and, but there's also like the other parts I kind of thought was the only one I didn't really understand because I couldn't really understand the accent much. But the other ones I kind of thought was very funny was I'll say my very favorite one last because I think I said that before, but I Was a Teenage Werebear was kind of weird because it was it was kind of like a werewolf, but like a teen wolf type of thing.
Yeah, it's basically well, there's a little in-depth story to that. In gay bars.
Yeah.
The young teenage guys, whatever, the big, fat, burly, big dudes, they call them bears.
Yeah.
So it's a werebear. It's like, they turn into big, gay bears.
And there was the wraparound story in the film was zombie movie when they go into the drive-through.
Yep.
And like certain people, there's like goo and stuff around that I guess some people mistakenly eat it, I guess, isn't that popcorn?
Mm-hmm.
And they turn into zombies.
Yep.
It was kind of like the tie-around movie, but I thought it was quite funny as well. But I also found out that the funniest part was the first segment story, which was Wadzilla, which was the sperm that came out from the guy and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and started killing people, and they had to blow it up and it all went everywhere. That one, that's hilarious. But it was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and Wadzilla, how can you not forget the dog disappeared?
Yeah.
Yep, but that was a good one.
Malcolm Harvey says, I am looking forward to the Friday the 13th game. Got 2 copies, one for me and one for a friend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I just got to get a update my system.
So I just trying to read some stuff here.
That's the really cool part of the Friday the 13th game, because this is an actual video game where you can actually play as Jason for the first time ever. Well, yeah. I think that Mortal Kombat X, you could play Jason with a download pack, but I mean, where you can actually go into the woods and kill counselors. That's the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to doing that because, hey, long, stressful day, come home, pop in the game, play as Jason, kill some counselors, and you'll feel better.
You ever seen a movie, I think it's cheaply done, like a version of Friday the 13th, but called Scream Bloody Murder?
Yes, I did, and I actually had part 2 on VHS many years ago.
I actually recently found out either on eBay or Amazon there was a part 2, but I never never attempted to get it. Is it okay or?
It's all right. A good friend of mine was actually in the movie, Tiffany Sheepus. She was actually in the movie, but I mean, it's okay. It's nothing like, you know, a good slasher movie. It's just, you know, looks like it's put together with $10.
Yeah, have you seen Cherry Falls? That was a funny one as well. Well, kind of a funny type of horror movie.
I think I've seen it years ago. It's been a while.
Yeah. Miss NYC Sparkles and Malcolm mentioned it. I think when I was back, back when we used to do the geeky chats.
Mm-hmm.
But I picked up that one. That was a good one. How about David Boreanaz, who played Angel in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series? He was in a movie called Valentine.
Yes.
You see that one?
I've seen it, and it's not one of my favorites.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that they can't capture, you know, the history of like Michael Myers and Jason and, you know, all those. I mean, those are the king of the slasher movies.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to be the king of the slasher movie, isn't it? It's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, because, I mean, and plus, I mean, I guess there's another Halloween movie coming out too.
Yeah. Are they going back to the original roots of that?
They said John Carpenter's involved.
That should make it kind of better.
Yep, because, I mean, you know, I was kind of iffy. And then all of a sudden I get on Facebook one day and I'm actually friends with one of the people that was in Halloween 5.
That's good. It's good that you know a lot of people from movies.
Yep. So her name is Tamara Glenn. She's actually in part 5. She's actually killed by Myers in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
But she said, and she found on Twitter where John Carpenter went, he's coming back, and I am too.
Do you have a least favorite Friday the 13th movie or Halloween movie, one that you don't like much than the others?
Probably for Friday the 13th, it'd be part 5.
What was the reason you didn't like it much?
Because it's not actually Jason. It's actually a copycat. The way the story goes, it's a copycat killer.
Yeah.
Dressing as Jason and doing everything like that. But I never did really like it that much. I mean, some of the kills are good. Still, but I mean, it's just, you know, but my least favorite Halloween is probably Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah. Isn't that a copycat as well?
No, that's actually, but the thing is, what I don't understand is all the Halloween movies there at the last started putting rappers in roles as against Michael Myers. So, I mean, no, Resurrection had Busta Rhymes in it, and H2O had LL Cool J in it. But I mean, I'm just like, you know, quit with this crap, you know, get the young kids running scared.
So just read this, right? Jimmy Richards says, if you found out your house was haunted, would you move out or would you keep living there? You want to go with that one first? I think that's a good question. That's from one of our regular viewers and asking questions, Jimmy Richards.
Probably I would stay here because there's ways to get rid of spirits. I mean, if they're malevolent spirits, yeah, get rid of them. But I mean, if they're just, you know, there to like live beside you and not bother you.
What about oh, I don't know actually how to get rid of them, so I'll probably run away. Or actually no, those Ouija boards that attracts them, doesn't it? What you showed us on one of the previous episodes.
Yep.
But that's actually what you showed us on that chat. That's a good board you've got there.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, of course, you know, you don't use it inside your house.
Yeah, because that way your house would become haunted.
Yeah, and I mean, you never use a Ouija board inside your house. There's a bunch of rules to use it. And I mean, plus another thing, James, if your house got haunted, you could, you know, eventually get your proton pack.
Yeah.
And you never know, he may, you know, be a green ball of snot, want to eat everything in your house.
Yeah. There's a movie called Ouija. I saw it in the cinema, I think, about last week. Ouija board. A horror movie. I think it was about last year sometime. I saw it in the movie theater. But now I think there's news of a second one coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I've been kind of iffy on getting the Ouija movie because a lot of people didn't like it.
Didn't they?
So, I mean, it's got negative reviews. So,
it's the same question. If you found keep living, that's a good question. That
mm-hmm.
At the live in a house. Yeah, I think if you knew how to handle it, and you know knew how to handle a ghost or a haunted house, it'd be good to stay there. You know, no problem at all. You can handle, you know, what to do and that'll be fine. But if you have no idea, then I think it's best to get out of there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like I've told people. You know, here recently, I've become a professional ghost investigator.
How's that going? I was actually just it went right out my head at the beginning of this chat, but how is that going?
That's going good. Here in a couple of weeks, just to get my mind from stuff that's going on right now, I'm planning on going to a place called the Trestles here in Kentucky,
mm-hmm.
and it's supposed to be really haunted. So I'm gonna probably do a video there and send it to the head, you know, guy at the organization I'm a part of, so and see what he thinks about it. So hopefully,
it'd be a good thing to see what feedback you get of it. So I want to see what they think of it.
Yep, and hopefully get some orbs and stuff like that. So
you're into the ghost hunting thing. Is there such a thing as ectoplasm? I'm not really talking about the slimy stuff in Ghostbusters, but is it like a mist or what exactly is ectoplasm?
Yes, there is a thing called ectoplasm. It can form in many ways.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. But yes, there is a thing called ectoplasm. It forms in many ways. It can be a mist to, a thing of snot.
Could it? It can still be snot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's an actual real thing, and I mean, that's like in Amityville Horror, the original, the walls and stuff started bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
But what was in that toilet was a version of ectoplasm.
I think I remember that actually. Was it in the basement, in the floor?
Yes.
Yeah.
All that stuff that they come out of, and I mean, that's like if you look at Poltergeist, for example, the original. When she gets pulled out of the TV, looks like snot all over her.
Yeah.
And it's actually ectoplasm. So yeah.
Also, in the Ghostbusters reboot, there's this bit at the beginning where like they're in a haunted house. That's where the first ghost comes from. You know, when you see the trailer and that woman that becomes the Ghostbuster gets slimed at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, you find out that it's a haunted house, and this guy is like touring people around. When the people have gone left, you know, he goes down to see, the door unlocks, and he wants to go and investigate it. And it sort of caves in, and this sort of slime starts bleeding through the the floor at the bottom basement, I think it is. And then it went into the actual movie, you know. So it's kind of like what you said with Poltergeist, with it coming up through the ground.
Yeah.
But what other films have you seen that had ectoplasm in?
Let's see. Well, just about every single Poltergeist movie there is. Of course, Amityville Horror. And that's really about it, I think.
Yeah. What's it say? If you were going to a... Oh, here's one I forgot to read from Jimmy Richards earlier. I don't know how I must have forgot about this. Or did I read it out? I'll read it out again, and then you can let me know if I read this out. If you were going to a Halloween party, what costume would you wear?
Easy for me. I think James already knows.
Jason? No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got all the masks and you're like getting another one, preparing another one as well. I think Jason is your absolute favorite character.
Well, Jason is my second favorite character. My first favorite character is Leatherface.
Yeah.
So,
actually, didn't you wear a Leatherface costume in the haunted house you worked at once?
Yes, I did. And but I mean, the thing is that cosplay is what they call it.
Yeah.
Where you dress as your favorite character. It's so expensive. I mean, because the masks that I got, and you saw my hood with the face cut out of it.
Yeah.
Altogether, probably for the costume, the machete, and everything like that, I've probably spent maybe $400 or $500 on one costume.
Yeah, that machete. That's the last unboxing you did. I think that looked really nice. That did.
Yep, that's and I mean, luckily it was already bloodied up and everything. I needed a machete to complete the costume, so I got the machete. And actually, a couple weeks after my girlfriend got here, I actually dressed up and went outside, and the neighbors were terrified. So, I mean, yeah, you can understand a big, huge apartment complex and everybody sitting outside, and all of a sudden Jason opens the door and starts walking toward them.
I can imagine. I was thinking then that open the door, Jason, let somebody pass.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's
that'd be one very kind Jason with a machete in one hand.
Yep, and I'm gonna send you something real quick. It's actually a couple of pictures that we took a couple weeks ago of me dressed as Jason. Hang on a second.
I'll have to just open up my messages thing in a minute.
This is a cool thing about that, though, is that I can send you pictures and we don't have to go off air.
So, yeah.
All right. Hang on. Here we go. Oops, wrong button. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm being quiet here, guys, but definitely want James to see the picture because I think it's a great picture. Hang on a second.
There were some good questions here.
Yes, and like I said, don't be scared to, ask anything you want.
Free views. I think we had a few views already. Again, guys, if you're new to the chat tonight, please ask us some questions. We're here to answer them.
Should be. There you go.
Right now. Let's take a look at this. And that looks good.
Yeah. It's actually my next door neighbor, and I got my machete to his throat.
That's good.
Yeah. We actually, I mean, he got a kick out of it.
Actually, I gotta let's I gotta share my screen so that the viewers can see it.
Good idea.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, but I already know Ashley, and I think Malcolm's seen it because I posted it on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if I click on that and on there, Actually, there it is there. Share. There we go. There it is there.
Well, there we go. Yep.
I mean, that looks so good. With the mask on, like, I mean, the face expression on him looks great.
Yeah, that was actually took a couple weeks ago, and so I mean, yeah, I think it turned out really good.
We've just got that on it. There we are. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a good picture.
Yeah, but James, I mean, you said you had learning disabilities before. You're really good with computers and software, man. I do have to say.
Yeah.
And you're good with.
I learned with computers and stuff. I mean, you know, like you said, I do have certain things that I don't understand or get, but I learned computers from a pretty good young age.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, but I mean, it's like if you take a look at any one of your videos, you edited really good. So I mean, you know,
I mean, there's this more expensive editor software called I think have you heard of Sony Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
It's a software you have to sort of pay for, but
yeah.
I think I've seen an interface video like somebody out using it, and you know, but it looks more complicated, this software, and I'm kind of just happy with Windows Movie Maker. To me, it's simple and it's easy to use.
Yeah.
So, but if it's anything more complicated, it would have me a bit confused.
Yeah, and I mean, well, the thing is, you know, you do a great job with it.
Yeah, because it's just like you got the timeline, you know, the video, like at the bottom of the screen, set up whether or not you want it in what do you call it? You know, widescreen or like standard, like what the old TV screens used to be.
Yeah.
Because widescreen is better because that's what my camcorder records in, and I think that's what basically all things are probably widescreen nowadays. And so I have it in widescreen, and you put videos at the bottom, different things you recorded, and of course for a YouTube video, you want it to be as one video. So if you make like certain parts on the camera, like you do, you record like say a little clip, and then you want it to become a proper long video, then you've got to do more things to make a certain vlog or whatever, then puzzle it all together as one video.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, say, number 1, number 2, and along. Then you can add like transitions, like the animations and stuff to put into the video. That's kind of easy because you just got to like go to the top where it says add certain thing to it, and then it just go to you'll see it has been added. And then before you publish the video and you're happy with it, you can actually preview it first.
Yeah.
Watch it back first, and if you're happy with the footage that you've made, then you can publish it, and then that is the video that I've been uploading to YouTube. Like, yeah. So I'm so used to Windows Movie Maker, and that's why that's why I've used probably the whole time I've been on YouTube, for the whole 10 years I've been on it, or just after that now. But yeah, so I think it's a little bit more complicated. I'd have to learn a lot about before I have to, you know, feel comfortable with new software. But Windows Movie Maker, it does everything I want it to, you know. So.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, it's what my buddy Dom uses to cut trailers together.
Yeah, it's so simple, it's so easy to use, so it's good.
Yep.
And when it comes to like my intro, for like say I'm doing a review or like my DVD reviews intro at the beginning of my videos, it's kind of based on the
Lionsgate.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The Lionsgate Studio. I went onto it was a website that had like replicized like intros to film like studios, and I think you could also have like a replica version of 20th Century Fox, and there's other ones as well. I think there's like Universal. Yeah, there's the Universal one. There's like, you know, like Universal is like the is it the Sun or the Moon? Oh, it's a planet, isn't it? You got Earth. It's Earth with the right tour of Universal going across it. The replicas you can have is either the moon or the sun with writing you have onto it.
Yeah.
So I made it on there, and I think the cost of it was about $1 or so.
That ain't bad.
$1 or $2. So I went on. I asked my mum if I could pay to you know have this made, and you know, because you had to make it, pay for it, and then download it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the intro that's ever been ever since. So.
And I mean, it's very, very cool. I mean, it's like I'd love to have my channel to where every video comes on your. Can't do that though, because if you do, the sound is trademarked.
Yeah, that's a shame, man.
Yep. So I mean, that's what I wanted to. I wanted my videos to be, you know, Eugene Johnson presents and have the Jason sound, but I can't do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a shame because of like copyrightedness, isn't it, of the films and stuff.
Yep. Yep. Which it's very, very hard to believe that they copyright just that sound.
Last Avengers here with a question: why is it the final nerd chat?
Well, Last Avenger. I have been going through so much stuff the past 3 weeks. I just found my girlfriend moved in. I had to help her move in. I've been battling with my blood sugar and also a lot of other stuff. And then I found out here Wednesday that a family member, a very close family member, is very, very sick. So it's not the last and completely end of the nerd chat. It's just going to be a break.
I'll just say one thing a minute. I'm saying final because it is for now, but never say never. We will return at some point.
Yeah,
these will return. You know, I'm not going to be like these are over. This is never going to be returning. I can't say that because I don't want to be like that. These will return at some point, but it's always just like we said at the beginning. It's always good to, you know, have a bit of a break. Let things, you know, let you do things you need to do. Let things pass and that, you know, and then eventually we'll be back. But
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I just need a much needed break from YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's, I mean, you know, dealing with all this stuff and coming on and, you know, having people threaten me in my videos or people, you know, just make a comment saying I love this band and getting threats received at that. I'm not going to deal with it right now.
I don't understand how people can just comment on videos that you're watching. That's just weird.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, it's usually I will comment on a video and then the person, whoever it is, decides to reply to the video.
Yeah.
On my comment, and they've always negative people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, you know, it's just stupid. And I mean, this like I had a moron comment on one of my videos a couple days ago, and of course the comment was removed, and he's blocked.
I mean, with dealing with that sort of stuff on your channel as well, that's like too much stress. Plus, like you've got stuff in your own life to deal with as well at the moment.
Yep, man.
So I think it's good that you do deal with your own thing first, and then come back when you're ready. You know.
Yep, and I mean, plus, you know, just adding with all the threats and negative comments, you know, it's just a headache that I don't need right now.
Mm.
So I mean, that's basically all I'm doing. I'm taking a break from YouTube for a little while anyway, and I mean, I still got like in some of my videos is my heavy metal collection vinyl, and I've been adding to that here recently, and I need to do a video, you know, refreshing on all the new pickups I've done.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like I got a great album the other day in the mail by the Misfits, a local. I mean, well, it's not local here, but an American punk band, and the name of the record is Friday the 13th.
That's good.
So yeah, so I mean, I actually got it. And it's a beautiful
record. Name of a band. That's good.
Yeah, well, the Misfits is the name of the band, but the name of the album.
Yeah.
Friday
I
the
wonder if they actually watched the movies. They must have done.
Yes, they love the horror movies because actually the Misfits logo is a skull. If you look at the album, the skull has now got a hockey mask on. So, I mean, yeah, they...
See here. We've got some more stuff here from Jimmy Richards saying, what is your favorite candy to eat while you watch movies? That's a good question.
Yeah. I don't know if they have it in London, but one of my two all-time favorite candies is Reese's Pieces and Skittles.
They do have Skittles here.
But,
and I think they do have some Reese's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not too sure because I haven't seen really many of it, but I think they might do.
Yeah, I mean,
so you like Skittles and Reese's? What was it called?
Reese's Pieces. It's like a Skittle, but instead of fruit flavor, they got like peanut butter and chocolate in them.
Sounds nice.
Yep, it's and if you ever had a Reese cup, which is a chocolate peanut butter cup, those are my all-time favorite candy. Anytime, anywhere, I'll take a Reese cup.
Well, not really when watching a movie because they didn't really sell them here. But I had a Twinkie in the States when watching a movie once, and I do like Twinkies when I get to the States or when I have them, in general. But I do like those in the States when watching a movie. I think I did watch a movie once with my brother when I was over there and had one there when I did that. But if I was here and I was just watching a movie in general. Maybe a bar of chocolate or something, like a candy bar. Or actually, I like having mints. Like mints, like packet of mints.
Yeah.
Packet of mints usually. Or some ice cream, like a dish of ice cream or something, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm just going to throw this out. When me and James first got to talking to each other, we did a trade, and I actually sent him a Twinkie, but unfortunately the mail people squashed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I sure did. He said he loved Twinkies and said that he couldn't believe that Hostess had went out of business here at one point, but they're back in business again now.
Yeah. They went out of business. They came back with I think they got these Ghostbuster versions out in a minute. One called Key Lime or something.
Yeah, Key Lime. It's the flavoring inside the Twinkies Key Lime, and the Twinkie cream in the middle is actually green.
Have you tried any of it?
I have not tried them. They also make chocolate Twinkies.
Do they? I bet they're nice.
Yeah, and so, I sent James a Twinkie because he seemed very upset that Hostess went out of business, and I was like, well, damn, James, I'll send you a Twinkie.
I was watching this back at the time when it was out of business, just for the sake of it. I just wanted to just search, if people were upset of it as much as I was, and they couldn't even believe that people that the company that made them and put them out, went out of business. And I think that was the main reason that they sort of came back in a way.
Yeah, well, there's like two major snack food corporations here. One's Little Debbie, and the other one's Hostess.
Mm-hmm.
You ask me, Hostess beats every one of them by far.
Yeah, because they do I think I've never had this other one, because maybe I might do when I come to America again sometime. But what's a ding dong? And
yes, ding dongs, zingers.
Yeah. What are they? Yeah.
A zinger is like a raspberry Twinkie.
Okay.
Yep. So that's a zinger. A ding dong is a chocolate cake, a round chocolate cake that looks like a hockey puck. But inside of it, you get the Twinkie cream. So those are good too. But they also make donuts.
Yeah.
And also they make fruit pies with fruit custard in them.
That's how nice, though.
Yep. So they've got a bunch of stuff, and I mean, Hostess beats all the snack cake companies by far.
Yeah. Do you have like a donut store there, like Dunkin' Donuts and that sort of thing?
We've got a Dunkin' Donuts in the next town over, but here there's a little local shop owned by a guy named Frank, and it's called Frank's Donuts.
Okay.
They've got some of the best donuts I've ever eaten.
Yeah. And that's your local donut store.
Yep. But the only thing is, you have to go get the donuts at like 5 in the morning, otherwise they're all sold.
So, what was your favourite candy? That's a good question that we just sent us. And Jimmy Richard says, "Sorry to hear about your, sorry to hear about that. Hear that, Eugene. I think that was either to do with your relative or
Well, I mean, I appreciate you being sorry, Jimmy. But like I said, you ain't seen the last of me, man. And like I said, everybody that's watching, that's subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate it. I'm just taking a short break, guys. Just hang in there. I'll be back with videos. It's just a really chaotic right now.
you'll come back stronger than ever."
Yes, I am.
Um,
Like
sorry. Yeah.
the resurrection of Jason.
Yeah. With the mask on and everything.
Yep. Yep.
What was this here? I hope your relative gets well, Eugene. That's from Last Avenger.
Thank you, Last Avenger. I really appreciate that. I'm hoping to, my friend. But I don't know what religion you guys are. But if you could, I mean, send me some prayers or positive thoughts. I could use every one of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like 90% of the people that subscribe to me are really cool, but then you got rude people too.
Yeah. It's like a bunch of trolls have come out of the darkness, and there's like a bunch of them now.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I mean, you know, ever since we've been doing this chat, you've been doing your videos, I've been doing my videos. We've never targeted anybody.
Well, we're not like that. We just do our own thing. We've become friends. We've become friends like what, over 10 years ago now?
Yeah, we've
Like
been
that.
friends.
And we've done that. We've done the trade. I sent you recently the Ghostbusters and the Slashers DVD.
Yep, which
That's because I want to. That's because I wanted to, not because anybody told me to. I wanted to do that because we're good friends, you know.
yeah, and I mean, it's like, I was calling everybody on the phone. I was like my buddy James from London that bought me Slashers.
Yeah.
You
And,
know, I
it's
mean,
one of your favorite movies, so why not? I got it. I still enjoy it. So it's like one of those things that we both have something in common here.
yeah, and I mean,
Why should it was cheap on Amazon. Why not buy it and send it to my buddy? So that's what I
and,
did.
and I mean, altogether, since I've had it, I've probably watched it 7 or 8 times.
Have you now?
Yeah, so I mean, the movie is cheesy. It's good. You can't. There's no way around it. I mean, it's just so cheesy that hell, I enjoy it.
What's a bit of a shame that they didn't have many extras on it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think on the American one there's like maybe a commentary on it, but I would have liked to have seen maybe like making of or something.
Yeah, and I mean, but by far my favorite character in that movie is Chainsaw Charlie.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I mean, you couldn't get more cheesy than that in a slasher movie, then.
Yeah, and there's something I was going to tell you, James.
Yeah.
Is give me a while, and I'll keep in contact through Hangouts with you. But just give me a while to get everything straightened up and everything organized.
Yeah.
And whatever movies that we have duplicates of, I'll send you.
That'd be awesome. And I'll be sure to do a video like unpackaging it all and that.
Yeah, I mean, it's now but good news though, my girlfriend's here and I have transportation.
That's cool. Easy to get out to post offices. What's happened here? James, if you moved to America, what state would you live in? You've been stuck. Hello? James, if you moved to America, what state would you live in? That is a good question, Jimmy Richards. Probably New York. New York City, because it has the eight fire station that they use the exterior of in Ghostbusters. Let's just go back to the Eugene seemed to have gone, so let's just go to my account. Whoa. Let's see if I can grab the link again. Copy. Close. There you are.
Sorry about that, guys. Had to restart my tablet because my internet booted me off for some reason.
UK.
Okay, but yes, I can make it to the post office easier now.
Yeah. So, but I wonder what it was like. It was your end, was it? Your tablet restarted.
Yep.
But yeah. So you heard what I said. It just went a bit funny during after that bit.
Yep. So.
But no, that'd be cool. Do quick movies. That's cool, and I look forward to like doing a video to that sort of thing.
As soon as we get everything unpacked and moved and everything situated.
Yeah. Well, like you say, we're going to be staying in touch by the type in on the Google Hangouts on the sidebar on the email. So we'll do that still. So we'll stay in touch. Yeah.
And I got you on Twitter too.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we ain't gonna lose touch.
I tweeted earlier. I put a tag at you earlier because of the email talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
I have not seen it. It's probably in my email though.
Yeah. What's this here? Oh yeah, that's. I had a question come through when you were sorry, at your tablet,
Mm-hmm.
Richards, and he says, James, if you moved to America, what state would you live in? What's this? Some. What's this? That one.
We're getting a lot of troll comments.
Yeah, I'm just taking some of them off, like deleting them.
Yeah.
Because they're not even worth even mentioning. Especially when we're just here to try and have fun and answer the questions like from Last Avenger.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Richards and stuff. And that's it. I've lost the question now. Where was it? Here we are. James, if you moved to America, what state would you live in? When I visited, I actually went to California and visited my brother in Sacramento. I would also like to visit Kentucky, but I've always wanted to also visit New York, because there's certain parts in that city that is from my lifetime favorite movie franchise, including the Ladder 8 fire station in Manhattan. But where would you live? I'm sorry?
If you visited Kentucky, New York ain't but 6 hours away from Kentucky.
That's cool.
Yep. So
New York will fit under the Kentucky category there.
Yep, and I mean, that's another thing too, James. I promise when I go to do the rest of the film, I'll take pictures of the fire station and everything else in Manhattan and send you some pictures.
I'd like that.
I'll definitely do it because, I mean, that's where Trauma Studios is at in New York City.
Yeah.
So
that'd be great, that actually, because like maybe if you did a photograph of yourself or something, that'd be cool.
Yep. Well, I'll stand there at the fire station and go,
yeah. That'd be great. What's this one here? You watched The Witch yet, Eugene? So what do you think? That's from Last Avenger.
Yes, I've watched The Witch, and well, it was an okay movie. The only part that got me was the dialogue. Because if you've read the King James version of the Bible, that's the way they speak.
Oh.
Thou and thee and all that. Yeah, and one guy's voice is so deep you can't even understand what the hell he's saying.
Sounds like an interesting movie.
It's different, let's put it that way. I mean, they made it more along the time period of the 1600s. So
I got to mention something now. I did a video. It would be the video before this one, where I was talking about certain things I watched. I think I was talking about Chillerama on it and Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And Malcolm of the channel Made to December put a comment on there recommending a set. I looked at the Amazon link and it had this really is it called Universal Monsters?
Mm-hmm.
And a Blu-ray box set with 8 films in. I looked at it and I really want it. So it's actually going to be another thing to add to my list of movies to pick up. But it's got 8 films in, and I think it also said it had a book in it as well, plus some like horror style postcards.
Yes, and I know exactly which one you're talking about because my girlfriend actually bought it shortly before she come up here.
Oh, cool, that's good.
Yep, it's in a coffin.
Yeah, that's the stuff, yeah.
Yep, and so yeah, I mean, she bought it. We haven't watched any of them yet, but yeah, that's she bought it, and it looks like it's got some great stuff in it. So
I think you've got Mummy on it. You've got Dracula. You've got I think
Wolfman, Frankenstein.
Yeah. Some really good stuff in it.
Yep, and well, I was watching a couple of English shows here recently.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, well, I finally found out something. And for the trolls, I know you guys do it differently than we do, but
Yeah.
that's for the trolls.
Yeah. What was I going to say then? What's your British TV shows you've been seeing lately?
It was a old TV series. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's an old TV series. It was actually on MTV with the actor that played Drop Dead Fred.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in it, and it was like a comedy show where they had the band Motorhead play and a bunch of other stuff. So it was a really good, funny show, though.
And there's a lot of like old classic British shows you'd like.
One of my all-time favorites is Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Love Benny Hill. And of course,
do you own it?
I don't actually own it. I used to have a couple of DVDs that a friend gave me.
Yeah.
And I found him absolutely hilarious.
Do you like Mr. Bean?
I love Mr. Bean. But the Mr. Bean movie is one of my favorites.
Oh, the first one, the original, the disaster movie.
Yep. Yep. Just the self-titled Mr. Bean, and one of my favorite parts in that movie is where he's standing there and they unveil Whistler's mother, and he goes, "What did you do?" And he goes, "It's a poster."
Yeah, I think Peter McNichol does a good job in that film.
Yep.
I don't think he's been in much lately, has he? He was in the American show Ally McBeal, Dracula Dead and Loving It, Bean the movie, and Ghostbusters 2.
Yep. And that's I think that's about it. Well, he might be busy in the shower with Mr. Bean.
Yeah. That was another really good, funny scene. And I mean, he walks in the shower thinking there's nobody in there because it's so quiet when he's walking in. Yeah, he meets him in there.
Yep, the phone rings.
I like when they just start looking about, and then when the phone starts to ring.
Yep, and Mr. Bean grabs the phone. Hello. He's like, "Is David there?" "Oh yeah, he's just in the shower with me."
With me.
But yeah, that's classic. I mean, you cannot.
I think Ernest and Mr. Bean to make a good pair.
Yeah, but I mean, how could you not love Mr. Bean? I mean, walking around the kitchen with a turkey on his head.
Yeah. I mean, the horrifiedness of what David Langley, Peter McNichol was looking towards the kitchen when he was walking, like he couldn't even see because he had the turkey on his head.
Yeah.
When he come to the part of the kitchen where they can look out and see what they're seeing, he just looked horrified. And the guy that they were trying to he was trying to entertain, was it played by Harris Yelling, the judge from Ghostbusters 2?
Yes.
And I think his wife in the part, I can't remember, but I mean they both looked kind of horrified when they both saw him.
Yep. One of my favorite scenes also is when they come in there and he's like, "We ain't got nothing to prepare. Hurry up, fix something." So Mr. Bean comes out with a newspaper around his head that says chef. And he's like, "Hors d'oeuvres," and all it is onion slices with toothpicks in them. And the guy that played the judge just looked, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it took a red marker and wrote chef on a newspaper and stuck it on his head.
I mean, do you find I don't know if you think the same, but I mean, I think it's a coincidence. I put a tweet on my account about this as well. That Ghostbusters 2, you have Peter McNichol again with a picture or portrait of Vigo. In the same film, you have Harris Yelling playing the judge. All right. Then in Being the movie, you have Peter McNichol again working with Art, right? But yeah, Harris Yelling, who was the judge in Ghostbusters 2, was also in Bean.
Yep.
But like playing Peter McNichol's boss.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think it's like a kind of weird coincidence how they both had art to do with it, and yet both actors from both movies was in this movie.
Yep.
And that's kind of a bit of a weird coincidence, but I thought, okay then, it still worked,
Yep, and then you had, of course, Vigo going, yes, worship me, and he goes, yes, my Lord.
Oh, also, it'd be like the bits when they takes Whistler's mother to try and get the, when he puts all blotchiness on it and it starts to bubble, and he tries to rub it off, and it gets all. She draws a face on it.
Yeah. Draws a face with a 15-foot long nose.
Yeah, and then it's like when he takes it back to the room. That's the bit when David Langley goes crazy. Yeah, in that room, he shows him the picture. Then he goes mad. He puts it behind his back and says, okay, give you one more look at the painting. And then goes off on one again. Yes. And then I would have liked there to have been like a direct sequel to that movie.
Mm-hmm. And
where say they have the two characters, Rowan Atkinson as Bean again, Peter McNichol back as David Langley, and he just sort of goes back to LA and visits him again.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
That would have been a good sequel.
Yep.
Here they brought out Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Mm-hmm. Well, they brought it out here too.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole point there was he was trying to get the man's son back to his dad. I mean, which, Mr. Bean's Holiday had some good parts to it. I mean, that's like one part I really enjoyed in Holiday was where he's hitchhiking and the guy's bike is going like 2 miles an hour.
Oh, the little bike. Yeah.
And the guy's bike's going like 2 miles an hour. And the guy gets off for Mr. Bean to get on, and Mr. Bean gets on it and he's like taking off. And the guy walks up and pushes him off the bike.
Yeah. I like it doesn't go much quicker though, so he still goes and needs him to get him off of it.
Yeah, I mean, he walked up to him and slapped him off the bike.
I mean, it did have good bits, but I think it would have been better if it was a direct sequel to the first film.
Yep, and I mean, because, I mean, who can forget when he wet his pants?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's because I think the taps weren't right to what they were using in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And he was turning it, thinking it was going to be on if he turned it. He had to lift it up.
Yep.
And then it looked like he peed his pants.
Yep.
And then I like the bit when he comes out with it, because David is outside waiting for him. He comes out, but because he's wet though, he grabs like a leaflet or a piece of paper or something, puts it down on his crotch. Then he tries to walk to the office.
Yeah.
He sees a place where to sit down, goes to sit down quickly because I think the Harris Yellen character takes the paper, so he had to rushes to a place to sit down. And then a little later he got they walk to a certain place and there's a fan.
Yep, and he's holding the fan across the room.
And you got to walk with it because it's moving.
Yeah, but I mean, I never will forget when the guy grabbed the leaflet and went, "This is out of date," and but yep, and then he gets it dry, and then he starts sticking his crotch in people's faces.
Yeah.
He goes over there, and he's like, "Huh?"
I remember the bit when the laxative bit because he tries to fix the painting. He fixes the painting, but with a poster instead.
Mm-hmm.
But does a good job actually.
Yes, he does, and that movie actually has a very well. If you're into underground horror, it's actually got a underground horror movie star in that.
Of it?
Yes, the lead security guard. If you watch it, the lead security guard is Larry Drake.
All right. The one that actually drank his coffee with laxatives in and went off to the loo.
Yeah, the one that was, well, actually, he was the head of security.
Okay.
And yeah, when you first see Bean and David arrive to the art gallery, Larry Drake's the one that has them sign in.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what was the horror movie you said he was in?
He was in a movie called Dark Night of the Scarecrow, a 1980s made-for-cable movie, which is a really good movie. And also,
I'm gonna have to try and check that out.
And also a movie called Dr. Giggles.
Yeah.
He played the doctor. He was an insane doctor. As a matter of fact, the movie poster had Larry Drake's face in a surgical mask, and the heading of the poster read, "The doctor is out of his mind." So
and I went at the very end, hilarious. They play some pretty good music at the end of Bean, but how he does all this.
yeah, which he basically thought that this meant hello, which it didn't. Yeah. See, I mean, this is the American version of this for you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was going around town going. People were like, yeah. It was a good one.
Have you ever seen Johnny English that had Rowan Atkinson in?
I've never actually seen that. My brother likes it, but I've never seen it yet.
I mean, to me and my mum, right, we watch. You can't really see Rowan Atkinson with a serious sort of face on. You can always just look at him as Mr. Bean. So like when he's playing another character like Johnny English or like other things, like here in England many years ago, he was in a police program called The Thin Blue Line. He was in a TV show called Blackadder, and many other sort of old shows like that. But when you look at him and you sort of try and think of him as not being Bean, you can not really. Well, he's always got the face, like if he made that sort of funny face, you'd just sort of see Bean straight away. So it's kind of hard seeing a character actor like that but playing somebody else.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same. It was the same curse with Mr. Jim Varney.
Yeah.
Because, Jim Varney was an accomplished American, theater actor who did Shakespeare and all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, really serious stuff, and was a great actor at it. But, the only thing is, after he did Ernest, everybody seen Ernest.
Yeah. It's like the rest of his life. I bet that's like who he was known for until the day he died.
Yeah, I mean, because even on his gravestone, somebody had made a little pamphlet and put it in a frame that said Ernest Goes to Heaven. So there was. He's world known for Ernest.
I'm going to try and concentrate on trying to get some more Ernest films as well, on Blu-ray or DVD.
Yep, and that's another thing. If you ever decide to come visit Kentucky, I'll take you and let you visit Jim's grave.
That'd be cool.
Yep, I used to have a picture of me standing beside of it. I don't know where it went. It was on my phone, but we're planning on going. She wants to see his grave really bad, and that was the thing. He was from the next town over, Lexington.
Yeah.
So he came home. They buried him home. So.
How many years is it now since Jim Varney died?
16.
Is it?
He died in 2000.
Oh, he's like the best actor of like the 90s, then, isn't he? And like when the Ernest commercials and movies and TV show first ever came out.
Yeah.
Actually, there's something I wanted to try. Maybe I might have to import it, but the Ernest and Vern series. I think I looked at it once on Amazon, but it was quite pricey. I was just like looking around. But being a big fan of the movies, I might like to try and pick up that.
Yeah, but talking about I mean, Ernest was such an iconic character.
Mm.
You know, I mean, he made millions of people laugh.
Wasn't he in another movies that you can't really look at him like other than being Ernest?
Yeah, he was actually in episodes of the TV series Roseanne.
Okay.
Where he played a millionaire.
Mm.
And he was dating Roseanne's sister, which that was a serious role. And also he played in the Beverly Hillbillies, the movie version, because we had a show here way back in the 50s and 60s, early 60s, called the Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies, that sounds kind of familiar. I think I did see it on TV.
Yeah, it was an old black and white show. And I mean, it was about a bunch of hillbillies, you know, striking oil and moving to California.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you know, Jim Varney being a Kentucky man, they had him play the role as Jed Clampett. And so, you know, that was kind of a serious role, but it was funny at the same time, which I didn't like him in that role because he was trying to be funny and serious at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? I mean, he'd make a joke and, you know, the joke would go over some people's heads, some people's would laugh, but, you know, it was like, that's not the Jim Varney I know.
Other cast members that was in like the Ernest movies, like you know the big guy playing Chuck and Bob. I think that's the one. I don't think they've been in anything else, have they, other than Ernest movies?
The big guy was actually in a TV series in the 60s and 70s called Hee Haw.
Okay.
It's an American, like an American skit show, you know, kind of like Benny Hill was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it was like a country, you know, version of a comedy show. It was, well, I know you've heard of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, because the Ghostbuster actresses was, you know, from that, yeah.
Yeah, where you take Saturday Night Live and have it in a version of country people, you know, with them playing country music and stuff like that. That's basically what Hee Haw was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I do remember bits and pieces of watching the show when I was younger, but you know, a lot of people, it wasn't very popular with a lot of other people because, you know, a lot of other people were, you know, watching different stuff, and people from the city, you know, would watch it and make fun of country people. But
sorry, yeah.
Have you ever heard of Urban Cowboy with John Travolta?
No.
Well, it was Urban Cowboy is a drama movie where he is riding a mechanical bull in a rodeo, and that's what basically the whole movie's about. But there's actually a scene in that movie where he's sitting in his trailer, you know, and he's watching Hee Haw.
Okay.
So yeah, there's one like that. But yeah, the big guy that played Chuck, I think, was from Hee Haw.
Yeah.
Now the other one, I don't remember what he's from. He's been in stuff before, but I just can't place it.
There was also you said about Anna, was Anna earlier? I don't think she does anything. I guess she'd have done the one that played in that.
But one of my favorite parts ever in Ernest movie is where it's Ernest Goes to Jail, where Bobby and, you know, the other one are playing the security guards, and Ernest goes over to their house one day and a little gingerbread man pops up in the toaster and he shoots it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but they don't make comedies like they used to.
It's a shame, really.
Well, I'll take that back. I mean, some enjoyable comedies has got Simon Pegg in them.
Yeah, he's actually in. He was actually in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. He was very unrecognizable though.
Really?
He played one of the aliens on it, like with prosthetic makeups on, so you can't really see that it was him. But he was in that. Because in the special features of the on disc 2, he was on there talking about the character he was playing. So he said I was very unrecognizable, but it was me on there.
Yeah, but I mean, I watched of course Shaun of the Dead here recently. That's a classic. But and one movie that was kind of funny in parts, but one I didn't really particularly enjoy. I thought he could have done better. Was Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I got that on DVD as well.
Yeah, I thought he could have done a little bit more, make it more funny like Shaun of the Dead was.
Did you say you saw both Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead?
Yes.
Okay, now, why do they have a scene from Shaun of the Dead within Hot Fuzz as well, when he's running over the fences, going over the last one, ends up falling off over it? Yeah. And I just find that in both films, why would that's a good joke, but even just a one movie, if you put it in another film, it's going to become kind of boring.
Yes, and I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Hot Fuzz at all. Now, I did like Paul.
Yeah, because I only ever saw that once. I think I only ever saw it when I rented it, but yeah, I saw that one.
I did find Paul hilarious.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could identify with the characters because they were going to Comic-Con when they stumbled across Paul. But I really thought, to be honest with you, I think, out of their comedy series, I think the weakest one was Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I think it probably is, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Run, Fat Boy, Run yet.
I've heard of that one, but never seen that one, so I can't really say much about that.
Yep.
And there's also, is it The World's End?
Mm-hmm. Which
I think that's like the three of them, though. The three same directed movies as Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. But I've never seen The World's End. I might have to give that one a go. But if it's going to have that running over the fence thing again, I might not even bother.
Yeah, I know. I mean, because after you do it once, the joke kind of gets old.
Yeah. If they want to do something similar to it, okay, but not the exact same thing. I mean, you know the guy in the Hot Fuzz who played the priest or the vicar? He was the actor who played Ivan Ooze in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
He was?
Yeah.
I did not know that. But yeah, there was a memorable line of Power Rangers, the movie. He gets off of his spade, he gets out of the big tub of snot, and then goes and stands up, and then he goes, I smell something. Something horrible. I smell teenagers. But yeah,
I'm gonna have to buy that movie again because I really did like that as a kid. I mean, I love the series as well, but the movie was kind of much more memorable. And because from the year it was made in, the how he turned from slime to the humanoid character, that CGI was utterly crap back then.
Yes, but I mean, you got to remember us being kids at the time. We were sitting at the theater going,
"Yeah, okay." It was probably good at the time then, when I was younger and stuff,
Yeah, but I mean, there was another memorable line of Power Rangers the movie is where Rita Repulsive takes Lord Zed, and Lord Zed, finds the egg with Ivan in it, and he uses his staff to open the egg up, and she dips her finger and she said, "You've waited 6,000 years to open a tub of snot."
What's not this purple?
Yeah, but that's what she said. I remember that. But I mean, there's a couple of those people have started doing conventions now. Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed are at conventions now.
Have you met them?
I have not met them personally. I did meet one person that was in the Power Ranger series. He was in the newer Power Ranger series, which his name was Vernon Wells. But the reason I met him more than anything is because he was in a movie called The Road Warrior with Mel Gibson.
Oh.
It was like Mad Max Part 2.
Yeah. How about David Patrick Frank? I think that's his name. Who played Tommy?
Jason David Frank. Yes. Jason David Frank is now a professional martial arts fighter.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think they had to, do martial arts for actually being in the show and the film.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this too. The series, well, after the first original series ended, I stopped watching it. But later on, there's been so many, follow-up series to it. I think one of the Power Rangers that was in Power Rangers Dinosaur Wars or whatever it was called, the Red Ranger's actually in prison for murder. Yeah, he actually wound up killing his roommate and girlfriend.
Weird.
And get this, killed his roommate and girlfriend with a katana sword.
A what?
One of those big Japanese swords. He killed him with that.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
And I couldn't help but make a joke. I was like, I wonder if he morphed before he did it.
What, did it as a Power Ranger?
But no, let's see. Jason David Frank is one of the originals. And do you remember the Yellow Ranger, Trini?
Yeah, I think they had two characters that played her because the first one died. Was it a car accident or something?
Yes, she did. She died in a car accident in around 2002.
Okay.
So, yep, she actually passed away. And the, the rest of them, I guess they completely quit acting.
Yeah. It's a shame, I mean, it's like all childhood actors, they all either, like, something either happens to them, they die in some certain horrible way, or they just quit acting or just, I don't know, go to, like, different jobs or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I mean, it shocked me to find out that Trini, the original, Japanese girl, had passed away in a car accident. I was like, that's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up, like, back when Power Rangers on, it was during the time I was watching, like, other childhood shows, like, actually, I still own on DVD. I mean, I don't own Power Rangers, but, I know, it was on when I was watching, like, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and, Angel and Buffy, and all those sorts of, classic 80s, 90s shows,
Yep, and I mean, everybody went crazy, completely crazy over the White Ranger.
Yeah.
My favorite Ranger of all time was the green one.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just had such a cool outfit and helmet, and his, what they called the Zord was really cool because his was a dragon.
Mm-hmm. You ever since I did that interview with Ross Hall on my channel, I'm following him now on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He mainly does like weather tweets because he's a meteorologist.
Mm-hmm.
But every now and again, he posts something to do with Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like a really cool person. It was really nice of him to do a hangout like this with you.
I know, it wasn't just me searching for him. It was that book I had.
Mm-hmm.
It was thanks to that and me contacting the author of that book that I was able to contact him.
Yep, and that's really cool that he'd agreed to do it.
I mean, it's especially even more special because it's such a show I liked.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think now growing up, I mean, let's just try and say, thinking back to being a kid now, would I think to myself thinking, would I interview the leader of the Midnight Society?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with me when I went to conventions.
Yeah.
Standing there, and Kane Hodder standing behind the table, and I watched this guy since I was like, 2 inches tall, and then to finally go up and see him, and he look at you and go, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah. It's like the first time when I first started the hangout, with Ross, I was like, there was stuff I was trying to say the submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. I called this story, but I couldn't get some of the words out because I was actually talking to the actor from the show, So
Yeah, I mean,
I had to try and say it again until I got it right and then move on to the rest of the conversation. But it was hard, you know.
Well, I mean, James, you got to look at it this way, man. Everything that happens for a reason, and it's like it comes full circle.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when I was a kid, 6, 7 years old, I was always watching The Toxic Avenger.
Mm-hmm. And you also met him as well, Dominic Calvido, is it?
Yeah, yes, Dominic Calvido. And the thing is that he didn't know me from anything.
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, my girlfriend was friends with him on Facebook. And before she got here, where we had met online on Facebook, everybody was going, "You're going down some place where he might be a serial killer. You know, he might be this, he might be that." So she was sitting here. She'd already had a good time. We'd watched movies and stuff like that. And I said, "Well, we'll play a joke." I grabbed the chainsaw, put it up above my head, and went, "Take a picture." She took a picture, sent it to Dom, and said, "Should I be scared?" And he went, "That's my unknown."
Yeah. It's like when you're growing up, you're thinking, will I ever get to meet my heroes from shows? Mm-hmm. And then when you get older and times go by, it just happens, doesn't it? You know, it's like shocking, but fun. I'm really glad I met him and talked to him online, you know, so it's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, but I mean, you know, I never knew Toxic Avenger would have such a big impact on my life. And I mean,
it's even better. It's even more better now because you're actually acting in a film with him. You know, it's like
and I mean, it was all due to a picture. And I mean, you know, me and Dominic are best of friends now. You know, and Lloyd Kaufman's a great friend, and also he was the one that directed Toxic Avenger. And also, me and Kane have gotten to become good friends.
You speak to Kane on a regular basis?
Yes. He asked me how I'm doing, how I'm holding up. I asked him the same thing. He tells me what conventions he's going to be at.
Yeah.
And I usually, you know, he knows that I live in Kentucky, so he knows usually if he's around the state above or state below me or in the same state, he knows I always come and see him.
That's good.
I mean, altogether, I've got this poster signed by him.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a picture over on my wall that's signed by him. I got a picture downstairs signed by him, and I mean, we just talk and we have fun.
What about Dominic? What was the last time you spoke to him?
Last time I talked to him, he called me, as a matter of fact, Thursday.
That's cool.
Yep. So I mean, yeah, he calls me all the time. So
I bet it's like saying, "Can't wait to talk. Can't wait to see you again for the rest of the movie."
Yeah, but it's basically what it is. I mean, he keeps me up to date with the movie and everything. And I mean, but besides the movie and everything, I mean, you know, we've become really good friends. And I mean, it's just crazy because, I mean, when we was at Virginia filming the movie.
Do you think it'd be kind of weird also whether if you met all your, you know, favorite actors and that now? I've saw Wassel on done my interview. I even done an interview with Dean Haglund of the X-Files as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, all these people we meet one way or another, like whether it's you know me talking to him online or you meet him in conventions and that, or becoming good friends with Dominic and what's his name, Kane. Do you ever think that maybe one day you actually have them around to your house for a tea, like for a drink or something?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like in Virginia, it's actually a funny story, is when we was in Virginia, see, there was a convention in Virginia at the same time that had Kane and a couple people from House of a Thousand Corpses and a couple of directors that had directed Jason movies. Mm-hmm. And we're all, 90% of us is sharing the same hotel.
That's good.
I'd see them every morning.
Yeah.
And we'd talk and everything. But the thing that capped it all off was I told Kane, I was like, I'm here to shoot a movie. And he's like, really? He's like, congratulations. He pulls out a bottle of tequila.
Is that the drink with the worm in?
Yes. Well, it depends on what brand you get. Because some of them's got worm and some of them doesn't. But he pulls out a little bottle of tequila that you can get on the airplane. He's got 2 bottles, and he gives me one, and he takes one, and we actually have a toast right there in the middle of everybody.
Yeah.
As a congratulations on me doing a movie. So yeah, it meant a lot to me.
How many months ago now? From now, do you think you started work on the film?
It's almost been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, well, no, actually, it's the last that I worked on the movie was in November. Well, no, I take that back. It was probably January last I worked on the movie because I had to do a couple of promos.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also did a promo with the head of the Toxic Avenger, well, the Trauma merchandise table. I did a promo with him because he's pretty famous too. He's been in a couple of Trauma movies, and plus, he's a really good friend of mine too. Because when we go to conventions, if the Trauma table's there selling their stuff, anything that we go and buy, they keep it at the Trauma table under the table so we can have more room to walk around there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. You ever seen a remake of a horror movie or anything that actually surprised you to actually liking it, that you thought you might hate it in the end?
Yes, well, a lot of people would disagree with me, but I think that Carrie Carrie and Halloween were done really good. The first Halloween with Rob Zombie, that's yep. But I thought they done pretty good with those. Although I didn't like how he made Michael Myers 8 foot tall.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's just ridiculous because one of the guys that played Michael Myers in one of the movies was just 5'6".
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
you know, with all the hate on this Ghostbusters remake, you know, I saw it a couple of weeks ago. My brother-in-law and my niece, my eldest niece.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the negativity, I was thinking, was it really going to be this not bad as everybody makes it out to be? And you know, and from the trailer, you know, okay, I'm going to be honest here. The trailers, they didn't do the film justice anyway. You know, the trailers were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But, like after seeing the movie, I kind of came around to it. I mean, they'll never ever top the original 2 films. They'll never do that. You know, it's like some people say, maybe other people might think differently, but they say, "Will this destroy my childhood?" You know, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It hasn't destroyed my childhood. I'm still very much in love with the probably more in love with the original ones more than the remake that's recently come out. After seeing the remake, you know what I'm saying? But I do like it, but I'm saying I like the original 2 even more than before I seen the reboot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's one movie I absolutely refuse to see because of CGI, and that's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles remakes.
Yeah, and the classics. Oh man, I love the classics. They're good as well. But yeah.
I still have the one on my Amazon wish list, the complete series of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the van.
Mm-hmm. You gonna get that?
Yes, I'm definitely hoping I can get that. Now, plus, also I still have the Back to the Future set with the flux capacitor.
Oh, the one I recommended on here once.
Yes, so I definitely got that on the wish list. I'll be picking that up soon.
That'd be good because that does look like a really nice. Did you know? Speaking of that, they had that released in England as well, and there's a problem with the English one.
Really?
Yeah, there's no button to turn the lights on. It's just like a box set. You put the box out and take out the box set, and it's got the movie set in it and the cartoon set that comes with it. It doesn't have the flux capacitor light up faculty that the US one gets. So if I were to go for the Blu-ray one, I'd make sure if it's region 3, I'd probably go for the American one over the English one.
Oh yeah, and something that I almost forgot. I'm glad you reminded me of box sets. The Shout Factory, who released Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
The video you seen, my unboxing video.
Mm-hmm.
They also have released a special edition Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure box set that has a Rufus figure.
Really?
And also comes with a Wild Stallions guitar pick.
That's good.
Yep, so I figured I'd pass that on to you because I know that you'll probably wind up picking it up if you can find it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's got an actual Rufus figure and also a Wild Stallions guitar pick, and I think it's a 2-disc special edition Blu-ray. So
yeah,
a lot of great goodies in that set.
I mean, I may have said this on previous chats, but I don't know how they do this scene on Bogus Journey. But how they take the robotic heads off from their mouths. I find that just so fascinating. It's such a old film. They never put any making ofs or nothing back then.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been interesting to have seen how they did that. So I guess it was like a dummy head, with like a replica mask made of the actor.
Yeah, well, I mean,
over like the head of a robotic looking face.
Yeah,
so, with the real actor's hands sort of in front of the heads.
Yeah, to be honest, that's actually one of the gimmicks that was in the original Hatchet movie.
So the what movie?
Hatchet.
Oh yeah.
Because if you've ever seen Hatchet, Kane Hodder plays Victor Crowley.
Yeah, I've got the first Hatchet movie upstairs.
Yeah, well, if you watch that film, one of the first kills is he runs out and grabs the woman, and he rips her head completely apart, and her tongue falls out.
Oh,
that was actually done on a robot head. So
yeah,
I'm thinking they used the same kind of technology, because the thing is, if you watch Hatchet, there's maybe 2 or 3 CGI scenes in the whole series. The rest of it's just, old-fashioned makeup effects, which made it a popular movie because the people steered away from that for so many years. But I mean, when Hatchet came out and they brought back the old school makeup effects and stuff, everybody loved it. And so I'm thinking
everything should be old school. I mean, it's practical was better.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, Tom Savini in Friday the 13th, the original Friday the 13th, had one of his crew members that he worked with have the prosthetic head on their back, and they bent down, and Tom Savini took the machete and cut supposedly, Jason's mother's head off.
Yeah.
But it was just him bent down with the prosthetic on his back. So when she gets her head cut off, all you see is, the guy's hands come up, reaching for her head. But I think that's the same kind of effect they used for Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
So
is there any movies you've seen on Blu-ray or DVD that there was extras of that you just had to see? I mean, it was just it didn't have these sort of extras on, but I mean, is there any extras that you just had to see how something was made?
I think it wasn't actually a Blu-ray; it was a DVD, and that was The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see how, they had her going completely crazy in the bed,
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, they had used a remote control device to strap her into and had her go like that.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. They used the airbags on the bed and all that stuff to make it do all that stuff. So, yeah, it was really cool.
It would be cool how they did the bit where she goes down the stairs on her back, like the spider bit.
Yeah, that was... I'd like to know how they did that, but unfortunately, nobody did commentary.
No, I mean, that sort of thing would have been cool to know of how they did that, because it looked good on camera.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is I'm sure they'll, Shout Factory have been doing great with the films, older films, and releasing them on Blu-ray.
Yeah, because with those ones, they've done some really good artwork as well, like reversible covers and stuff.
Yeah. And that's
the original artwork, and you've got new commission stuff as well.
So it's a matter of time before they release, the extras on Ultimate Blu-ray edition. So I'm waiting for that. So.
Have you noticed that they brought out the Jeepers Creepers films on either Scream Factory or Shout Factory line?
Yes, they've released those with different covers, and also, well, like I said, Shout Factory, they don't only do horror. Of course, they've got the Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Extreme Edition Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to. But I think by far one of my favorite releases that they've done, well, two favorite releases, Pumpkinhead and Chainsaw 2.
Yeah, it's a shame that they that like Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter are like a lot older now, because I would have seen, I would have loved to have seen another Bill and Ted, but they're sagging too much.
Yes, but that's another thing. I think maybe that Shout Factory got them together to do a commentary track.
That's good.
Yep. So I think that they're both back to do
commentary on probably both the films or even on one film. That would be great.
Yep. So I'm thinking there's commentary track on them. I think there's like 3 or 4 commentary tracks, because I mean, with my Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, there was like 6 commentary tracks on one disc. So I mean, anything you want to know about the movie, you just put the commentary on.
So, I mean, I go like completely behind the scenes. That'd be like the greatest thing to watch of Bill and Ted.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, do you know it's going to be on regional Blu-ray, or is it going to be region locked?
I'm not real quite sure. I've seen it on Facebook where I like Shout Factory's page.
Yeah.
They posted it last night on Facebook, so apparently it's brand new.
I'll have to I'll have to check it out, because I mean, I'll have to type in go to the maybe Scream Factory website or something, and find out.
I'm gonna find out real quick if it's on Amazon right now, and I'll check and see what the price is.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Just seeing if we've misplaced any questions a minute. There is no more.
There is no more. I don't even think that it's out yet.
Okay.
I'll look on Google and see when it's coming out. But just a second here. Yeah, you can get it at the Shout Factory website. Kind of expensive though, but it's a pre-order right now. It says order from shoutfactory.com and get an exclusive limited edition NECA action figure, an exclusive limited edition lithograph of your newly commissioned cover art, plus get it shipped free.
All right.
US only and 2 weeks early. Limited to 1,500 copies. It's $80.
I may have to wait a bit, but it'll probably go on. I might probably be. Eventually, it might be released like worldwide.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking though that if I know you can find it on eBay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd probably
What's
be
your favorite part of Bill and Ted?
Probably where Napoleon goes to the water park.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep, that was.
Where he's like picking up the kids to move out of the way when he's trying to go down the slide.
Yep, I always liked that part, and of course the classic where he's
What
standing
about the
there.
bit where he's eating the ice cream and they're saying "Eat the piggy"?
Yep, I like that one, and also probably one of my favorite parts is where the girl Missy is bending down in front of Bill, and Bill's just like staring, and Ted goes, "It's your mom, dude." So, yep.
I mean, his mum did look quite kind of hot.
Yes, she did. I will admit.
I mean, that's why he was looking at her like.
Yep.
But it's his mum.
Yeah. Yep, because I mean, of course, Ted's famous line, "It's your mom, dude."
Did I say once before that maybe there was that I got the first episode of the animated series on the Blu-ray I got?
I think you told me before, but that's pretty cool that you got the first episode. I mean, there was a video game and everything for that film.
Yeah. Have you got do you play PlayStation 2?
I used to play PlayStation 2, but I've got an Xbox 360 I play all the time now.
Because quite recently, a little while ago, I had to have my bedroom sorted out for dampness.
Mm-hmm.
We had to get it like painted to make the dampness go away, and we had my room decorated a different, just get it painted.
Yeah.
And the guy that did it for us, our landlord, the landlord we rent our house from, knows the guy who does our housework when we need something done.
Yeah.
And he had this PlayStation 2 that he didn't really want anymore, so he wanted to give it to me.
Okay.
So I got that upstairs. I got to set it up. I mean, I'm not really a big PlayStation console fan, because I like to play games on my laptop, but he wanted to give it to me, and I've got nieces that when they want to come around, they can play on it if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave us you got those different like consoles, like there's like a steering wheel, like a driving game.
Yeah.
There's the normal like console controllers as well. And he is a big box. I just need to set it up upstairs. We've got a spare TV upstairs that I can actually plug it all into as well. I think I might do this tomorrow, but set it all up for them ready. And it came with a few games as well. And one of the games that it came with was the PlayStation US version of Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's I played that a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So Tomb Raider's a fun game. It's kind of hard though, but I mean, still fun.
I had the PC version of the original one when I was a young kid, and it is kind of hard.
Yeah. And I mean, that's like the game that I recently got, the Clash of the Titans game. I can only get to like a certain level, and then I have to stop.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, but I mean it's a fun game. But another game I played here recently, you need to check it out on YouTube. It's a fun game, but it's hard as it could ever be for anybody. Called The Evil Within.
It sounds like a movie title.
Yeah, it's a hard game. It's like you're in a psychopathic's mind.
Yeah.
And it's just really hard. I mean, there's a person with a huge chainsaw you got to get past, and you have to sneak by him without him seeing you. If he sees you, you're dead.
Right.
So, I mean,
sorry.
It's just trial and error over and over again.
Have you ever played like any LucasArts games?
I did when I had a Nintendo 64 and I think I had a couple of them for PlayStation 2 when I had a PlayStation 2.
like Grim Fandango.
I've never played Grim Fandango before.
You ever played Day of the Tentacle?
No, I haven't.
That was a funny one.
I have not played that one. But most of the LucasArts games that I played were Star Wars based.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of them are Star Wars based.
Yep. So I played a lot of the Star Wars games for my Nintendo 64 when I had Nintendo 64.
You play much in the mini games at the moment?
Mostly at the moment, I'm just mostly sit around and play Doom 1 and 2. Well, we're froze up again.
Yeah.
You're cutting in and out, James. I don't know if I'm doing the same thing or what. Hello, guys. I think James has had to restart. Hang on, we'll be back in just a second.